this video today, we are going to talk about how to create a brush from your artwork. It'll end up looking something like that. But first, you have to go to the original layer. I have to shut some of these off first. And so we're one more to shut off the layer with the original art that I took a photo of, iPad. So just have to select one of your objects. The selection tool is in the top left. So I'm just thinking about which one should I use, and go ahead with the selection tool, go freehand, just drawing, draw right around it. Go which one? I like the triangle and that one. And as I'm selecting it, all you do is push copy and paste button. It will save that to a new layer, which you have to find right above it. It says from selection, turn off the other layer. You'll be able to see it pretty easy. My camera's a little off on the colors right now, but you'll see. I adjust my brush, opacity up a little. Working on. You can start erasing. What I forgot to do here, if you haven't noticed, I forgot to deselect it. So it's going to leave that little line. Careful later. Sometimes you got to remember to deselect. Ghost. I clean up the brightest whites real quick. Down close to the. So that's all I'm doing there. Blow it up so it fits inside the box that I hardly see. I want it to fit in that. That takes me a few seconds. Select everything. Now you can see the ghosting line that I was talking about. So probably need to be erased again. Fitting it to the important or the brush tool at the end. Make it big, or it'll have more detail later. All right, so this kind of continues on for a while. Just have to clean up the edges with a smaller eraser, dropping the opacity down so I can kind of blend out the edges of the. So this is the detail work, and I will probably go ahead, fast forward if I can. Talking. All right, so yeah, cleaning up the line, the details of the edges are ragged watercolor, so it bleeds in a little bit and dries up. So what we're doing here. And so I'm still getting close to that edge, but once I get really close to the edge, I'm gonna. This part takes a while. You want your brush to look like a brush stroke. You're gonna have to do fine detail of erasing. There probably might be a magic way of doing so, but I'm a beginner at Procreate, so I hope you are enjoying beginning. And I already made a few mistakes, like not select, deselect, things like that. So, and I'm slowly disappearing video too. All right, so my lighting source is kind of fading, so green screen. Anyways, all right, so I'm still cleaning the heck out of this thing. It takes a while, probably a good 5 minutes, 5 to 10. But yeah, just move at your own pace. When you get down to the end, make the eraser a little bit bigger and blend out the edges a little bit, so it kind of will be a see-through effect, like watercolor sometimes look see-through. So you want to make that as well. So yeah, just keep going with the erasing. This is my first experience using green screen, so some old Corona boredom. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you are, give it a thumbs up, like, and comments too. I really just want to have conversations on the channel with people about how to improve my art, how to improve pointers. I can give you things on Procreate. Even normal, I'm usually a fine artist that paints with paint, draws with a real pencil. So switching over to Procreate is probably the closest thing I've found to actually doing art with real supplies. So that's why I really enjoy it so far. I'm going to be able to expand my horizons a little bit by being able to make my own brushes like I'm showing you now today. This brush will end up being like a stamp effect, where it's going to be looking exactly like this Dorito looking shape that we're making right now. So you can stamp out different colors and use that for art making. So look a little bit maybe like Paul Klee or something like that. Okay, now I'm just adjusting the brush size, opacity, so I can burn out those edges like I was. So I'm gonna see it's gonna take away some of the white of this, and yeah, there. It's kind of burning the edge, so it'll look somewhat transparent with the brush. I don't want to overdo it, but just burn out some of that white. So you can do this from any art that you have. This just happened to be a little watercolor sample that my wife actually, I made these brushes for her to use later, and so I really enjoy actually making brushes at this point. It's kind of fun to see how many brushes I can make, and maybe this is the watercolor brush pack that I'll send out soon. I made multiple already. This is just for the demo purposes. Okay, so what you have to do is you go to your layer, push copy the layer, then you go to the brush panel. Sorry, I didn't catch up, I'm talking too much. But you go to the shape, and then you push edit in the corner. Do it by pushing that, but that's not how it works. Edit, and then you push import your finger. Then go paste. Like copy the what we were already working on. That didn't work. Glitch for. I went back out. Did it again. Import, paste. I don't know why I did that. Then push done. And if you want to invert the image, here's. So this is what the brush looks like, just as a uniform brush. It might be good for blending, but that's not what I was going for. And this part takes me a little while to see what I need to do, but I'm trying to get it so the count of the brush it'll just end up in a single image every time. It'll look just like the watercolor that we made. And this is where I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And there we go. So that's, well, that's not quite it yet because it's still brush. Sorry. I don't know why I forgot here, but process of learning really. And so count jitter. That changes the rotation of your brush. Line it up. But I can make it so the point's at top, so maybe that will look better. This was me really just what I was doing. But I'm trying to get it so it's a single image every time. This part will maximize your brush and your panel to be 1,000 or even higher, to all the way to its size when the brush sizes. So I like to put that maximum. Still messing back there. Then I think I remembered here. I went with spacing maximum. That's what makes it so every time you push, won't draw like a tip. So that's how I want it. So I can make art that kind of looks triangle-y and awesome. And I'm still learning what each one of these things does. The jitter makes it so every time you click down, it'll kind of jitter off of where your brush is. So I don't really like the jitter. So that's the key, is your spacing needs to be pressure put to max. And I could have left that tip at blunt. So I was just messing with it. I wanted the opacity pretty high and everything. I didn't mess with too much of the wet settings or the shape. I did want to mess with the rotation again, what I liked. So every time you push down on your pen, that's rotation will, stuff like that. So these are really kind of things you have to play with a lot in order to really understand. The grain this is a way to add paper grain to shape or some other grain type. So it's kind of like a background texture. So if you want to change it, go to edit, import, and there's a lot in the source library. They come free. I didn't load any of these up. They came with. So you can just kind of pick a texture you think might add to your stamp or your watercolor texture. So I wouldn't pick anything wild or crazy, but the gouache, wash, great option. So I clicked that and then kept it. Now you see that I have a lot more texture, that burrito looking thing. And it's gonna go in the artwork. So it'll make your art look a little bit more like you actually painted in watercolor. And I'm still messing with that streamline. It's rotating every time. Bothering me. So I'm trying. But I just kept playing with it until I got it. And I'm sorry that this video is wasting a little bit of time by me doing this, but kind of see that I have to learn too. That rotation that I need to fix, set it to 0. Therefore, it won't rotate everything time I click. That's it. At the end of making a brush, you go to the properties, set your preview image of what your icon's going to be, but then you go to the very bottom and you name your brush by who it was made by, and then you can sign your signature. Up top it says Untitled Brush, your brush. I still haven't done that yet, but that's probably what I'll go back to. I think I'll end up what I called it, but it's probably Dorito or something. Dorito watercolor. But I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like on a canvas. If you go, you can select the size like normal, pick a color, and based on the force you put on it, get a brush shape. That square is actually the brush I made, so it has a watercolor. And it also does crossover corners and stuff, so you can see where it crosses over, layers each other. 3 or 4 on top, it'll layer, and you'll see the difference, and it kind of looks a lot like real watercolor. So a really cool advantage. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up. Sorry for it being so lengthy, but hey, we're all learning together. So hope you're having a great day, and